chat, but I'm going to go ahead and get started since we're now at 5 minutes after, which is the unofficial real start time to a workshop. Great. Well, it's so great to see everyone that's here. I really recommend you come off camera if you can and feel comfortable. It's going to be really interactive. I like looking at you. I'll actually talk to you. I'll do spot coaching. It's a very, like I said, the word interactive session, but I really want it to be a workshop for you. It's not just a webinar or me talking to you. It's really me facilitating an activity throughout the 90 minutes. So we're going to be active until the 90 minutes. If you have to take a break, take a break and go do what you need to do, go off camera when you need to do that. But other than that, I really ask that you're present throughout the time. A little bit about myself. I mean, I'm sure you read my bio or something about me in order to sign up for this session, but I'm Rebecca. I'm a certified coach. I previously worked in performance management at Google, in performance management and development, and then also was working on being a professional coach while I was still at Google, and recently decided to focus on it full time. So I'm actually now a full-time certified professional coach. I'm a bit different than the types of coaches that you might typically see on Leland. I kind of described there being two different types of coaches. There's expert coaches that really focus on, like, if you have a very specific goal or objective, like applying to a certain program or an MBA or a grad school or like a very specific niche industry transition, that's great. And Leland offers a lot of those services. I think what the type of coaching I do is kind of more aligned to the International Coaching Federation, which is a professional body and kind of defines the professional gold standard of coaching professionally. And it's really focused on like transformation and discovery. So really using coaching techniques and skills through coaching schools and trainings over multiple years to help you get to your goals. So how do you reach your potential? How can you find a strategy that aligns to your goals? And so that's the type of coaching I really focus on, although the topics might be around some things like transitioning careers or work or life or executive coaching or leadership. But it's a little bit different, and this is going to be a little taste of that. So one of those things is that I'm not going to be telling you what to do. That's why I keep saying this is interactive, because I've strategically created this workshop to have questions that facilitate a certain level of discovery and clarity and the outcomes that you might want from setting goals. But I'm not going to exactly tell you what they should be. And so you'll get a taste of this kind of philosophy as we go through. It's inspired by my broader Align framework, which I help to create structure around these really big questions of what's next? Who am I? What do I actually want? Who do I want to be? I found that there were kind of some common themes when I was working with clients. And so I have this structure where I really believe in aligning who you are with where you want to go and how you actually spend your time. And so some of this workshop kind of really focuses on the where you want to go and who you are and thinking about goals and your future. And so we'll go through that in different sections of the workshop. It's aligned in your workbook. It kind of describes the different sections, and I'll be walking you through each. So I'll say when we're in sections, so you should know where we are. But if you don't, just message in the chat as we go through. Let me pause here. I think there's more people. If you don't have a workbook, I'm going to just add it again to the chat. Please download this now because we'll be using it throughout. Okay. Any questions before we keep going? Let me pause because I just did a long introduction. Okay. All right. Okay. So one thing, I mentioned the workshop, workbook. Another thing is that I know this is virtual. I really ask you come off camera if you can, because I want this space to feel comfortable and organic as much as possible. I also ask that everyone agree to leave the details of the participants that are here, and that you can take the learnings and insights that you've gained with you, but to leave people's stories and confidentiality here as well. So just ask everybody agree to that. And I also ask permission for me to bottom line with you, which is a term I use. Reflections are really powerful, but sometimes we just need to be conscious of taking up too much space. And so I might ask for you to bottom line or to just summarize, and we will be moving on. Is there anything else anyone wants to add to agreements to the space before we start? Okay. If you can just react, add a little thumbs up, or if you are off camera, you can do a thumbs up, but let me know if you agree with these confidentiality and respect for everyone's. Great. Okay, I think I got most of them. Okay, thank you. Great. I really take it seriously. I think it's important if we're going to create this virtual space together, and I don't think any of us know each other before now. Okay. All right. So the format, we're going to be doing a lot of individual reflection, group breakouts, and then small, like the larger group discussion. So that will be how we'll be going through. I'll also use the group chat. So that being said, if everyone can put in the group chat their name and what you want to leave with by the end of our time. There's also a section in the workbook on the first page of during the workshop. If you printed it, it's on page 4. The pages are going to start getting wonky when you start typing, but it's the first question. What do you hope to leave with by the end of our time? So take a minute. I'd also like you to share that in the chat. And if you have any preferred pronouns that you want to share as well in the chat as well. So name, pronouns, and what you want to leave with. Ariana, identify and accomplish in 2025. Great. Okay. Okay, here they come. I see we have reflected. Okay, more insight on goals for upcoming year. Interrupted by new goals along the way. Thank you for that honest reflection. Priorities. Clearer vision of my goals. Okay. I mean, the title is goals and vision, so it seems like we're all aligned in that. Also, a lot of priorities is a strong word I see. Clarity is strong. So it sounds like some of you here are, we're here for goals and we're here for clarity. And when I really wish I would have had this structure when I was going through something really difficult in my life. I was going through a huge life transition where I became caregiver for my mom and brother for disabilities. And I was in my 20s, and everything I knew, I was, working at Google, kind of felt like I was on a fast track. And all of a sudden, everything I knew changed, including my values, my goals, my vision. What was I going to do within this space, also with my career? And so I had to think about, like, how do I actually want to spend my time? How do I realign everything I know to this new way of living? And I really wish I would have had kind of a dedicated structure to do this, but I really wanted to anchor on what was important to me at this current moment. and then build off of that. And so by setting goals, it really, really helped me create like anchors to my year and to everything that was happening around me. And I had to realign them a few times, but it really helped me even to have like overarching goals. And then within that, I could shift them. So I think I heard that theme of like, how can we shift and also like prioritize as we're doing things. And so I've taken that experience, also my experience in performance management and as a coach for multiple clients, in building this type of structure that we're going to go through. And this is really why I believe in goals. I think they're a really powerful tool. I know there's a lot of science and research that I have definitely read many times because I find them very interesting and powerful, but also like personal experience that I really believe in the impact that taking just an hour and a half, it seems like a long time. It's really not. But it really is too, at the same time, can set you up for a lot of success looking ahead. Okay, so that being said, I am going to move us on to the next section. We're going to do something a little different because we can't do breakout rooms in this. Unfortunately, the Leland platform doesn't let us do breakout rooms, which is really critical. I've done this workshop with over 150 participants. So I've done this many times before, and breakout rooms are just very valuable in making this effective. And so please go to this link and complete, we're going to take 5 minutes to, if you didn't do the pre-work, go ahead and take some time to reflect on your year. And we'll move over to the Google Meet call. There's actually somebody already there to like welcome you and make sure you're in the right place. So hopefully it can be relatively smooth, but you'll have to, I'll put this in the chat as well. But just move over. It should be pretty seamless. I apologize, but unfortunately there were just technical limitations today that I'm just trying to work around and make sure you all get the most out of this time. So I didn't want to sacrifice the experience. So here's the link in the chat. Here it is on the screen. Do the reflection section about the pre-work if you didn't get to do it, and move over and meet me there, and we'll kind of meet there in 5 minutes. I'm also going to, I'm only sending this to the people that showed up. So you are all the group. Anyone else that comes late isn't going to be able to join. So this is the Meet group.
To clarify, so we click on that link and we exit this call.
Yes, exit this call. You can say goodbye to me. Somebody is in the other one that will welcome you and tell you're in the right place and kind of remind you of what you need to be doing.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Click on this link and goodbye from this Leland call. I'll just wait until everybody leaves here and then I'll go over. I think there's 2 people that still are in this call. Either you are not Iris, and that's another downer. I can't see the full names. Okay, everyone's gone.